Hello there, this is Sarai Jacobs, and today I would like to talk about what the brain does to us whenever we decide to start something new, to get out of our comfort zone, and why it is so important to persist. So, put that in your mind. Persistence is the word for this video today, because if you ever experience that, you start something, I don't know, it could be a gym routine, it could be a diet, or you decided to start a new project or become an entrepreneur, whatever it is, something that you have to step out of your comfort zone, right? Something that is new to you. Probably you have also experienced that at some point. You feel exhausted, you feel like, oh my God, I can't do this anymore. I'm not able to. And I want you to know, that it's not you actually who's saying that. It is your brain. And there is a reason why your brain is saying all of that. So our brain is made that the way that we can survive and that we can live on this earth and have a pleasant life with the minimum effort. And whenever we want to do something that means stepping out of the comfort zone, the first one who will try to prevent that is our brain. Because stepping out of the comfort zone doesn't only mean something physical, but it means especially something mental. We are suddenly facing different questions, different scenarios that we don't really know how to react or handle. And that means that our brain has to work a lot, and that means also a lot of energy that we consume from our body, right? The same way, usually our body prefers eating chocolate than broccoli, the same way our brain prefers to just be calm and not having to, doing a big effort to think. And that's why usually when we start something new, when we want to step out of the comfort zone, the first one reacting is our brain. And our brain, or in this case, our mind, can be very tricky, I have to say. So it can be our friend if we know how to control it and we know how to use it in our favor, but it can be our enemy too. And that's why you've heard many times that everyone has to face their own demons and their own monsters, which are in the mind. The mind can play huge tricks with us, right? So the first thing that your brain will do is giving you all the reasons why you shouldn't get out of your comfort zone, why you shouldn't do that. I mean, is it so necessary? Do you have to really do that? I'm not able to do that. And all of these boycotts come, right? All of the fear suddenly appears. And what happens if it doesn't work? And what happens if I get rejected? Or this is only a trick of your mind to prevent you from your greatness. So what is the reason why I said that persistence is the word for this video? Why is it so important? Because if you fall in the trap of, let's put it into a diet. You start very strictly and doing the diet and in the proper way, and it's getting hard because you're not consuming that much sugar, or you're not consuming that many carbs, and your body really wants to have that, right? And at some point, everything is against you and you feel like eating a little bit of chocolate. What is really the problem if you eat chocolate in that case? Is it that everything that you had not eaten before goes back to zero? I don't really think it's that, but it's what happens with your mind. If you eat chocolate in that case, or if you stop going to the gym for 2 days, even though you had the idea of going daily or every 2 days going to the gym, and you break that routine that you started, the problem is that the next morning, when you broke it, when you didn't do what you were supposed to do, what you knew that you had to do in order to achieve your results, the sun will rise again. And your brain will tell you, you see, it's not so bad if you don't do that. You see, it's not the end of the world if you don't follow your dreams. Or you see, it's not that much of a drama if you're not persistent. And that is the worst thing that can happen to you, because then you create an experience in your mind that even if you don't do it, it's not a problem. Life goes on. And of course it can go on. Life can go on. But maybe it's not the type of life that you were looking for. Maybe it's a mediocre life compared to whatever you could have achieved. So the problem is when we don't stick to what we wanted to do. And I've experienced that too. I mean, many times. This is something that most of us have to work on, right? This persistence. The problem is that your mind is telling you afterwards, it's not such a big deal. It doesn't matter if you do it or not. You can survive without it. And the worst thing is when we later on believe it, when we buy that thought, when we believe our mind like, oh yeah, it's true, it's not so bad, or I can live without that totally. And that is the worst thing that can happen. So persistence means, let's say, I don't know, let's go to the example of a new fitness routine, and that day you're super exhausted. You can't even move your body because everything aches and your whole body aches, right? It's better that you do something light, that you do a little bit of exercise, even though it hurts a little bit, but you do it, that you do little steps rather than doing nothing at all. Because if you do nothing at all, your mind will tell you, you see, it wasn't necessary. So I hope, my friends, that you could have something value out of that. To me, it was super interesting when I learned why our brain is doing it, and that it's our brain that is saying that, and our mind that is trying to prevent us from stepping out of this comfort zone, because greatness is not in the comfort zone. Have that in mind. Greatness is not in the comfort zone. It's always outside of it. So I hope it was helpful for you, and I see you soon. Mwah. Bye.